Welcome back to this episode of Cal's Call. Today we're going to stick with the redrafts instead of the NBA, though. We're going to do the NFL, and specifically the 2013 NFL draft, which is widely regarded as the worst quarterback class in the entire league. I mean, for Christ's sakes, EJ Manuel was the only first-round draft pick, and others include Ryan Nassib, Geno Smith, who might be the best of the bunch. Yeah, it's just bad. All right, so anyways, we're going to kick things off with the Kansas City Chiefs, who had the number one pick. I haven't taken David Bakhtiari, who they needed line at the time, and the original pick was Eric Fisher. Number two, I have the Jaguars taking Lane Johnson, who's been an all-pro and pretty much a staple for that Philadelphia Eagles team. The original pick was Luke Jokel, who I last remember on the Seahawks about 2 years ago. I don't know if he's still there. The Raiders had the third pick. Their original pick was DJ Hayden out of Houston. Colossal bust. I haven't taken DeAndre Hopkins, who would be actually really nice and he would have had a quarterback throwing like a legit quarterback throwing the ball for a while. Fourth pick is the Eagles. I haven't taken Xavier Rhodes. The original pick was Lane Johnson simply because Johnson's not there. The fifth pick, the Lions, they originally took Ezekiel Ansah, who's a good player, don't get me wrong, but I think they'd rather have that 1,000-yard rusher in Le'Veon Bell, who didn't go to the third round. The sixth pick is the Browns. I actually have them taking Ansah, so not too much of a slide. The original pick was Barkevious Mingo, who's out of the league. Last I remember him was on the Patriots. 7 was the Cardinals. I haven't taken Tyrann Mathieu, who they end up getting later in the rounds, a third round, I think. The original pick was Jonathan Cooper, who last I remember was on the Cowboys. The eighth pick, the Buffalo Bills, they took EJ Manuel. A lot of people had a head scratcher for that. Obviously, they're right. I mean, he's out the league. I haven't taken Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen went in the third round to the San Diego Chargers at the time and been one of the best receivers in the league since. Ninth pick, the Jets. I haven't taken Quan Short. The original pick was D. Milliner. I don't even know where that guy is anymore. The 10th pick, the Titans. I haven't taken Sheldon Rankins, the defensive tackle. The original pick was Chance Mormack, who actually won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. The 11th pick was the Chargers. They took DJ Fluker, who's on the Seahawks now. I haven't taken Travis Frederick. Chargers have needed a center just until they got Mike Pouncey, so, Travis Frederick, great player. Might as well go there. 12th pick, the Dolphins. I haven't taken Desmond Trufant. The original pick was Dion Jordan, who was a defensive end and just couldn't get off the weed. He's still in the league, though. He's on the Seahawks. 13th pick, Jets. I haven't taken, in my opinion, the best tight end right now in Zach Ertz. The original pick was Sheldon Richardson, who, don't get me wrong, he's good, but he went 10th overall in this redo. 14th pick, the Panthers. Haven't taken Jonathan Hankins, the nose tackle from out of Ohio State. The original pick was Star Lotulelei, who had a pretty decent first year, but hasn't done much since. He's on the Bills now. The 15th pick, I have the Saints. They took Kenny Vaccaro, who's not a bad player, don't get me wrong, but I think they would much rather have Micah Hyde, who is on the Bills right now, but he was on the Packers, made plays, Pro Bowler, 16th pick, the Rams. The original pick was Tavon Austin, who, really good in college. He did really, really well his first year and then fell off. So I haven't taken Justin Pugh, the offensive tackle who ended up going to the Giants in real life. The 17th pick is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I haven't taken Darius Slay. Steelers need help at the quarterback position for a long time. They still need it. Darius Slay would come in and fill that right away. The original pick was Jarvis Jones out of Georgia, who was a beast, and I thought he was going to be a steal, but man, I can't remember last time I said Jarvis Jones. The 18th pick, the Cowboys. The original pick was Travis Frederick, who's gone. He went to the Chargers at 11. I have him taking Kyle Long, the offensive guard from the Bears. Really good player. Not much production loss there. The 19th pick, the Giants. I haven't taken Travis Kelce. The original pick was Pugh. For me, back in the day, none of the teams above the Giants really needed a tight end. So I figured this would be the perfect spot for him. And obviously, we all know how he's doing in Kansas City. He's, one of the best tight ends in the league. Number 20, that was the Bears. I haven't taken Teron Armstead. They took Kyle Long. Kyle Long's already gone. You might as well get the guy who's blocking for Drew Brees. So don't think it's that big of a production loss. 21, I have the Bengals taking Eric Reed. The original pick was Tyler Eifert, who, without a doubt, is good when healthy, but he's not really healthy a lot. 22, I have the Rams taking Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen went undrafted. He went to D2 Morgan State or something like that. The original pick was Alec Ogletree. 23, I have the Vikings still sticking with that pick with Sharif Floyd. That is the only pick that does not change. I think they got it right. Maybe you could throw in Brandon Williams there, but I think Tree Floyd's a good player for them. 24, the Colts, I haven't taken A.J. Boye. The original pick was Bjorn Werner. I don't even know who that is. 25, the Vikings, I haven't taken Logan Ryan. The original pick was Xavier Rhodes, who obviously took a big jump and was picked 4th in this redo. 26, the Packers, I haven't taken Tony Jefferson, the safety who's on Baltimore now. The original pick was Dayton Jones out of UCLA, who just couldn't find a role or position in the league, so he's out. 27, the Houston Texans. Speaking of Brandon Williams, I have him going here. The original pick was Hopkins, who's long gone. He was picked 3rd, but I think Brandon Williams here, that would just really solidify the best defensive line in the league. And I think that would be like something to watch. Like, that'd be amazing. Good run stuffer. I saw him in person. 28, the Denver Broncos. I haven't taken Benny Logan, another defensive tackle who's kind of, hasn't really lost his production, but he's been bouncing around the league lately. The original pick was Sylvester Williams, who's another defensive tackle, but, not as good. 29th pick, I have the Patriots taking Kenny Vaccaro, the free safety, or strong safety. I think it'd be a good fit playing him next to McCourty. The original pick was Jamie Collins, who was not bad for you, don't get me wrong, but I think, Kenny Vaccaro is a little bit of a better player. 30th pick, the Falcons, I'm taking Robert Alford, who we ended up taking in the 2nd round. Anyways, the original pick was Desmond Trufant. You went corners back-to-back. Not much you can do there. 31st pick was the 49ers. I'm taking Alex Okafor, the defensive end for the Saints. The original pick was Eric Reed, who I had going to the Bengals, 10 picks above. 32nd pick was the Ravens. I haven't taken Larry Warford, the offensive guard. The original pick was Matt Elam, who I think is out of the league. So, yeah, that's the redraft of this one. We're going to keep pumping these out for pretty much every sport. And this is Mickey with Cow's Call, and I'm signing off.